Hey guys, Zach here. I know it's called football. Please do consider subscribing or interacting with my videos. I would really appreciate that. Now the season is done and dusted. Arsenal beating Everton 5-1 yesterday at the Emirates simply wasn't enough. We did need a favor from Norwich, who got battered themselves 5-0 against Tottenham, and now we finished fifth place, just behind Spurs, who have managed to get Champions League football. Mikel Arteta speaking on that, he said, "We did what we had to do. We needed a miracle, and it didn't occur. The league table at the end of the season doesn't lie." And he's speaking there about needing miracles when, it's really hard to analyze this season overall and think the position that we found ourselves in, fourth place, comfortably in fourth place a couple times during the season, and now these last couple games, they were treated as cup finals, as Mikel Arteta said numerous times. The more I think about those three losses to Palace, to Brighton, to Southampton, I kept saying that they would come back to haunt us, and I suppose they have in a way. But really, you look at losing to Spurs was a really big one, and of course, the loss at Newcastle was the one game we could not lose. And obviously, the Everton game we couldn't have afforded to lose anyway. Looking back in hindsight, it's always clear to see what the answer would have been, but surely the Newcastle game winning would have really helped this team push forward. And the comfortable win yesterday we had against Everton, they found themselves secure after the victory before us. They seemed like they were on the beach relaxing. You saw the celebrations at Goodison Park after they had defeated relegation, I suppose is a good way to put it. And it just sometimes comes down to one game. And like I said, those three games against Palace, Southampton, those three losses at the beginning of the season really didn't count for much in the grand scheme of things. And even those three games really only could have affected us finishing third, which at a certain point in the season was looking like an absolute possibility to catch Chelsea. But obviously, in the end, that game against Newcastle, I have a whole video on it if you'd like to check that out. It's just so disappointing in the end. And, fans talking about, is it progress? Is it a disappointing season? I have to say, personally, in my opinion, I think it is, because despite the fact that nobody expected Arsenal to be fighting for the top four, we were. And we found ourselves there. And again, like I've said already in this video, we found ourselves in a pretty comfortable position, especially towards the latter stages of this season. And, they gave it up, and the performances weren't enough. We weren't getting points where we needed them. And ultimately, we've missed out on that Champions League position. The people who say we wouldn't have deserved to be there, look, if you make it there, you deserve to be there. And this season, Manchester United, West Ham, Tottenham, Arsenal, all teams who are fighting for that position, even Wolves at one point. But like Arteta said, I have to agree, the table at the end of the season doesn't lie, and Arsenal finding themselves in fifth place, which is, of course, progress. When you look at the last two finishes under Arteta, both eighth place finishes. However, we have finished eighth, which is progress in itself. We got more points this season, which again is ultimately progress. But I do think, in my opinion, we did fail overall this season, just by finishing fifth. It's back in Europe. Obviously, it is a good thing, but overall, for me, it is a failure. Now, let's talk a little bit about transfers and strikers. Of course, our top scoring striker this season has been Eddie Nketiah. 5 goals. He only scored in 3 games. Of course, he's has a little bit of an Arsenal resurgence after January when Aubameyang left. Lacazette, 4 goals, 3 of them are penalties. Aubameyang only scored 4 goals before he left in January. That's 13 goals. Between 3 strikers, and a lot of top teams you see have, a striker who can score 15 goals a season. And that's really what you need from a striker. You look at Diego Jota, Jamie Vardy, 15 this season. Wilfried Zaha, I think 13 goals this season. Kane, 17. Son winning the Golden Boot, or splitting it, I suppose, with, I think, 23 goals with Mohamed Salah this season. And it's so important. This striker position, Arsenal need to get into the market this summer and bring in a top quality striker. Arteta, speaking on the futures of Eddie Nketiah, Lacazette, and El Neni, in fact, he said it's been decided, but it's very difficult to communicate it. What they deserve is to have what they had today. We've seen the news now. Mohamed El Neni clearly signing a 1-year extension. There's a clause in there to trigger a 1 more year extension. Eddie Nketiah had no progress on signing. Obviously, he's turned down multiple contract offers. Most likely he's leaving. I've watched Charles Watts' video. This is what the conclusion he seems to come to as well. There is some glitch, I think, on the Arsenal app to buy jerseys that it shows Eddie Nketiah as number 14. Who knows? I mean, these days you never know, but glitches like this on apps happen pretty often. So I wouldn't get your hopes up if you are getting your hopes up. I suppose maybe Eddie Nketiah is your favorite player. I do wish he would sign. I do think he can be helpful to this side. He's obviously shown how much he's improved since he's been at Arsenal under Arteta. He's clearly improved. Mikel Arteta obviously rates him. Would he be the number 1 striker? I don't think he's the guy to do that job for Arsenal. When you look at us trying to be back in the Champions League next season, I don't think he's the main striker, but you never know. I think he's proved his worth, and if he does end up leaving, then all the best to Eddie. Honestly, I do mean that. All the best to him, and then hopefully he can go on and find success at a different club. Lots of players seem to be on their way. Bernd Leno most likely leaving. Reece Nelson most likely will be leaving as well. Maitland-Niles, Lucas Torreira, Pablo Mari, Nicolas Pepe. All of these players' future is up in the air, and no one quite knows what's going to happen. Maitland-Niles, one of those players who's sort of fallen out with Mikel Arteta, obviously on loan at Roma this season. Lucas Torreira, confusing. His number has now been given to Gabriel Martinelli. William Saliba's number was given to Ben White when he signed. That's another player we don't know much about. He's come out himself. Lots to say about his desire to play in the Champions League. Clearly loved his time at Marseille, and it's really sort of concerning when you think about William Saliba and his future at Arsenal. I would love to see him back. So many of us would love to see him back at Arsenal and just play for Arsenal. We've never even seen the man, play a competitive game at Arsenal. And, you spend that much money on a young player like that. The loan spells obviously have worked. He won Young Player of the Season over there in Marseille. They finished second place. And, I really hope he can come back, make a difference here and in this defense at Arsenal and, start making a name for himself as an Arsenal player. That's really what I hope for. I know a lot of you are in the same boat as me. Just want to talk about here some transfer expectations. It's clear we need a midfielder. It's clear we need 2 strikers in this side. A funny thing is Arteta's actually never brought in his own striker since he's been here. He had the likes of Aubameyang and Lacazette. Eddie Nketiah was sent down on loan one season. It's clear he has a specific type of striker that he likes. You look at Gabriel Jesus. Dusan Vlahovic is a player he was very interested in. Obviously in January, someone we were hunting down for. Didn't quite work out in the end. But Mikel Arteta, he's been wrong about a couple signings, which everyone is, and he is a bit of a novice manager. He's new to this job, and it's a very hard learning curve when you're at a big club like Arsenal. Lots of people up in arms about Arteta still, and I think these are the same people who probably said we were going to finish 10th or 8th place again, and he's done the job and got us back in Europe, I suppose, which I say done the job, and clearly we were supposed to be back in Europe this season. 1 year out is enough for a club like Arsenal to be out of the European competitions. And look, the end excuse me, the truth is that Mikel Arteta is not going anywhere anytime soon, and whether people like that or not, I have my own judgments about it. I think he can do a job here. I think he needs 1 more summer. Yes, he spent a lot, but these days you need to be spending a lot for top quality players. He doesn't have the striker that he needs, and hopefully this summer he can go out and buy at least 2 top quality goal-scoring strikers, 2 that fit the bill, that fit what he wants to do. Excuse me. And look, it's going to be a really busy summer. There's a lot to do for Edu and Mikel Arteta this summer. The Cronkies, there's plenty of stuff to do for them as well. I'm just looking up a quote here. I'm trying to find a quote here from from Kroenke. I guess I can't quite find it. I'm not sure where it went. I suppose, excuse me. No one's watching this video anyway. I have plenty of time, I think. Yeah, I can't find it. Just speaking on Gabriel Jesus, it seems here that it is most likely Jesus will move to Arsenal. I know Tottenham have been interested as of recently. They've already held talks with his representatives, so that is probably, I can't say probably, but that seems to be his favorite destination, Arsenal. Of course, he's worked under Arteta. Raheem Sterling, another player that Arteta has worked with, who seems to be a rumor that Arsenal could be interested in. You never know these days, man. You never know who could show up at Arsenal's doorstep. I don't want to make this video too long. I will just end things here and let me know, guys, what you think. Is this a successful season for you? I mean, clearly there's progress that has been made. With another summer transfer window, can Arteta change things, maybe change your opinion if you have sort of a low opinion of him? And of course, he is a new manager. This is his first job. It's a huge job to have at Arsenal. It's a very, very big club, lots of expectations. And at the end of the day, it's clear he's being backed by the board. Josh and Stan Kroenke clearly think he's the man for the job. So I think we have no other option but to support him and support the players that come in. I'm actually excited about the season starting. Lots of things to be excited about, I think. And let me know, guys, what you think overall about this season. Hit me up on Twitter. That's always in the description. Give me a comment down below. Like I said at the start of the video, I would really appreciate any interaction, subscribing, whatever it may be. I'm just here to talk about Arsenal, and I really love this club, and I love interacting with other fans who feel the same. So, guys, let me know what you think. And this is the first season. I started this channel back in August, and I've only missed, I think, one Arsenal game, and I think that's because I was traveling, and every once in a while I do travel and I try to cover where I can. So if anyone has clicked around or watched a video and enjoyed it or anything like that, I know I do really appreciate that. It's fun making these videos, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon, guys. Thank you very much. That's the season done and dusted. I'm really excited to start covering the World Cup when it comes around. Of course, Arsenal will be halfway through a season by then. And look, thanks very much, guys, for watching. If you have made it this far, I do really appreciate it. I will see you guys when I see you.